Hello and welcome this Wednesday evening to the Global Poker League. I'm Laura Cornelius and we have a great show lined up for you this evening. Of course, yesterday we saw some six max action take place as it always does on a Tuesday. Tonight it's all about heads up action from the Eurasian Conference, and this is the lineup we've got in store for you. First up, match 131 sees Hong Kong star Guo Dong take on Jeff Gross of the Berlin Bears. Match 132 will be coming up after that one. That's Sergei Lebedev of the Moscow Wolverines versus Walter Trekaricki of the Rome Emperors. That's at 11:30 Pacific time, 2:30 Eastern or 8:30 p.m. Central European time. And the third and final match of the evening, it's gonna be a great one. It's Paris Aviator Mike Leyer, and this one's happening at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern or 11 p.m. Central European time. Mike Leyer for the Aviators is taking on Igor Kurganov of the London Royals, who we also saw in action last night as well. Yesterday was a really great night. We saw Brian Rast put in a phenomenal performance. He was the first ever player to win first in both the six max matches last night. We also saw Xuan Liu make a pretty phenomenal piece of poker as well, as she got a first and a second in the games that she played. So let's see how those points yesterday affected the standings. I should have Eric on the line as well in Las Vegas. Those are the Americas Conference standings as they are right now. 165 points for the Montreal Nationals. We've got LA Sunset with 159 points, just 6 points behind them. Sao Paulo Mets with 130, big gap between second and third, and we've got the New York Rounders with 126. They are only 4 points behind the Sao Paulo Mets. San Francisco Russia is in fifth with 118 points and really struggling at the bottom of the table. The Las Vegas Moneymakers 100 points. They were unable to pick up any points in the six max yesterday. A big fat zero for Duhamel and a big fat zero for Zeno as well. Jonathan Little extremely upset about that. Let's go to Eric Danny right now, who is in the Las Vegas GPL arena. How are you doing, Eric? Tell us what is going on with some stats.
Good morning, Laura. It is raining in Las Vegas, which means the world is coming to an end outside. So
it's raining here too.
There you go. It's a perfect perfect day for poker, of course. You mentioned the Americas, a lot of fun there with the top two teams just dominating. But in the Eurasian Conference yesterday, Laura, you were quick to see what was going on. It is madness in the standings. There's two teams that seem to be okay, and then just a crapshoot for the next four teams in the standings.
Yeah.
We take a look quickly at the Moscow Wolverines, standing alone at 140 points. Wasn't the best of days for Sergei Lebedev yesterday, but still enough points to maintain a comfortable lead. That lead is 13 points on the London Royals, who are making a comeback after a slow summer. Igor Kurganov back in the ring today. The Hong Kong Stars, the Paris Aviators, Berlin Bears. Hong Kong plays Berlin. You mentioned Brian Rast. There's an opportunity here for Berlin to be third in the standings after this day is over. Laura, they've been in last place, boy, since you and I were best buddies in Malta. That's months ago. It's been a long time.
Jeff Gross is going to feel the pressure then today.
That's right, and I think that's one of the top players to put in there. I think Philip Grusom, I had a short email conversation with Philip Grusom yesterday. He is suddenly very, very confident about his Berlin Bears, and when you have Brian Rast do what he was supposed to do yesterday, which is win two matches, then you have the Jeff Gross right back in the ring today. Really a great position here for the Berlin Bears. And finally, we have the Rome Emperors. Poor Max Pescatore. This team has been working so hard to get back into the playoff picture. Now they're in last place, and they have to play Sergei Lebedev, who's had a stellar record heads up. So it's really going to be a really tough go of it for the Rome Emperors, whom just 24 hours ago were just in great position looking to access the playoffs.
I'm really excited to see Jeff Gross again. Do you think he's going to be in a hotel lobby?
Well, we know he's in Cyprus, or at least he was in Cyprus yesterday. He made a final table in Cyprus, a lot of money on the line for both Jeff Gross and Antonio Esfandiari. I wasn't able to see those final results, but both were at the final table. I think it was 300,000 for first, so either one of those two might have had a good party last night, so I'm sure we'll have a great setting for Jeff Gross today.
Can you tell us some info on the top scorers in the league? Because this has been changing a little bit over the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, Fedor Holz has been leading the top scorer charge for most of the year, but now 2 weeks in a row we have a new leader, Laura, and that is Olivier Bousquet. Now, it's funny with Bousquet; he's probably really upset that he's taken over the top scorer lead this way by finishing second in a six-max match. Here's a fun stat about Bousquet, Laura. It is the first time this season that he's lost two or didn't win two matches. When you think about it, when you play a lot of six-max, you play it off a heads-up, that's almost impossible, but that's just how good Bousquet has been in the league. For the first time ever, he's lost or has not won two straight matches.
He wasn't happy either, was he?
That's right. Wasn't happy to lose to Xuan Liu in that performance. He was in a last-minute substitution as well for Eugene Kachlov and Aaron Paul. So I think he wanted to win that match. But still, top of the charts now. 11 matches played, 56 points. It is a three-way tie with Anatoly Filatov, with Fedor Holz. Nanonoko shows up next at 42. Nanonoko, who was busy with the PokerStars duties yesterday and is on a plane to San Diego as we speak. Scott Ball, who's also on his way to San Diego, and Felipe Ramos. It is fun to mention that Scott Ball and Ramos' partner in crime, Thiago Nishihima, who had a little rough go of it yesterday, will face each other at TwitchCon on Saturday, and that, Laura, is where I am heading. So no me tomorrow. I'm be heading on the bus with Ophidy. We are taking a world tour.
Bus?
Well,
they don't provide a limo?
It's a minivan. It's a cool minivan. So that's how we roll in the GPL. So we'll be headed to San Diego first thing bright and early tomorrow morning. So we'll talk to you on Saturday, I hope.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward. We'll video chat from the studio to TwitchCon in San Diego. And we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much, Eric. Chat soon.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your green juice. Without further ado, we have to get this game started, and here are your two commentators for the evening. I'm very sad to say, though, it's Mr. Jonathan Little's last day, so give him lots of love, please, for this evening. And over to you, Roland Boothby.
Thank you, Laura. Indeed, I am Roland in the booth, Boothby, joined for the last time by Mr. Jonathan Little of the Las Vegas Moneymakers. And Jonathan, are you as sad to be leaving as I am to see you leave?
I'm sad that I have to leave, and I'm also sad my team's in last place. So I'm nothing but unhappy today. Thanks for having me.
Is there any hope whatsoever that we could see you back in Malta one day?
I sure hope so. I love being here. It's a lot of fun. It's a great place, and
well,
the whole Global Poker League team has been very welcoming to me. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, we're a welcoming bunch. First game up, folks. Guodong against Jeff Gross of the Berlin Bears. You see these two guys. This is the first time, we're pretty excited, guys, the first time we're going to see Guodong in the heads-up variant of this Global Poker League. And if his six-max record is anything to go by, we should see some fireworks. Guodong, I mean, as just looking down his stats, Jonathan, either performs really well or terribly. 2 donuts, 2 seconds, and a first. So, I mean, the style you've seen of him in six max, how do you think that will kind of come across, against an excellent player in the heads up?
Well, I think that he may come out firing. I mean, he may be the type of player who is not afraid to make very optimistic bluffs and very big call downs, or maybe it's just going to be tight. I don't know. It's hard to know what he's going to come out with, but he seems like a wizard ninja, and yes. It's tough to play against wizard ninjas. Well,
Philip Grusom, the team manager of the Berlin Bears, has called upon his American stars to really get them out of trouble this week. We saw that really kind of impressive performance from Brian Rast last night. 2 wins in the six max. And another great American player playing for the Berlin Bears is Jeff Gross. What do we expect from Jeff Gross? What do you know of his heads-up experience? We know he's a great sort of MTT player.
Yeah, I don't know much about Jeff's heads-up experience. I assume he knows how to play. I mean, pretty much everyone in the Global Poker League knows how to play poker reasonably well. So I imagine he's just going to play a good, fundamentally sound strategy and try to capitalize on whatever mistakes Guo makes.
Yeah, we're pretty excited to see Guodong in the heads-up, guys. He's been a breath of fresh air in the league in terms of his performances in the six max. You never know what this guy's going to do. Jeff Gross, mixed bag of results so far. He went down. Swept by Felipe Ramos in the Cube in Las Vegas, but he did also sweep Todd Brunson of the Rome Emperors in the first phase of online matches. So really kind of interesting game. Probably going to see 2 contrasting styles of play. Interesting to see what approach Jeff Gross takes in the heads up. I've noticed Jeff Gross is a player who's done very well in a lot of tournaments, but he's got a lot of thirds, a lot of fourths. He's a player we've not really seen heads up, in a big tournament. That's kind of reflected in his, in his caches. But lots of strong final table performances in WPTs and WSOPs. I think he had 8 caches at the most recent WSOP. Apologies. As we always do, Jonathan and I, we're going to make a prediction.
I am going to go with Guo Dong today. Although I think Jeff may have an edge. I have the vibe that the Hong Kong team is going to run hot and just crush Berlin. They had a great result yesterday. You can't run hot too long. Well, or maybe you can.
Well, we saw Guo Dong running out victorious in his second 6 match last week, which the table that featured Dario Sammartino, Dominic Nietzsche, Liv Barry. So this guy is more than capable of mixing it up with big name players, and I believe these players are ready to begin. So we're going to head off to the game, I believe.
I kind of predict that Jeff Gross is going to start with a somewhat snug strategy. I get the vibe he's a little bit on the tighter side.
All right.
Oh, look, here they are.
Here we go. Jeff Gross, ladies and gentlemen, on the right. Guo Dong on the left.
Hopefully the players talk to us.
I think we're live here. I'm not really sure. I guess there might be some video difficulty. I am in Cyprus right now. All right, guys, going for a limp strategy. Interesting. Limping. We have the 6 deuce off here. I'm going to take a check.
Bingo for Guo.
So just give you guys a little view out here. This is our balcony in Cyprus. Got Antonio with me, some other buddies, and here we go. See how we do. I'm not familiar with this player at all. I looked him up. Looks like he has some good results. I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Let's say that Jeff Gross rolls with a crew of pretty
fun.
decent
Good stuff
players.
for Rasty. Got our team back in it. I know we were struggling. The Bears were at the bottom. Now we're like in 4th, right? In the mix. So definitely an important day, especially with them being slightly ahead of us. I think, this is a very important match to you got to get the first one. Hoping to get at least 2 here, but we'll see.
Yeah, the Eurasia Conference is very
all right. So first
close,
hand to him,
unlike the Americas Conference.
and
These are all big matches today for the European Conference or Eurasia Conference.
Button hand, pop it up. I'm not going to be probably using the limp strategy too much. Not this deep, at least. I would expect him to probably be 3-betting my button opens a lot.
Action
good flop for us. Could have a queen. There's a lot of draws. Definitely a little bit of a scary flop, but at the same time we have kings. It's pretty hard for him to have a jack. And I am in Cyprus. Those you want to again? I'll show you guys this balcony here, man. It's unbelievable. That's like a quarter of it. There's a wave out there. Sunset's going down. I just sent out a tweet on Twitter. Take a look at that. Wow, this guy's he's using a lot of time bank here.
You have to be careful not get into time bank trouble early in the heads-up match.
No, it's tied when it comes to time bank in the heads-up. Players can get out of jail in the 6 max by via the redistribution of players' time who's already busted.
That's a long time for on the flop decision.
Guo may not know it's on him.
I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to get stuck into this hand pretty soon.
Think he's playing on tender? Well, I saw him swiping
Guessing
one
there's
way or
some
the other.
technical difficulty. This would be an absolutely long tank on the flop.
Think he's getting the
Come on, Guo.
I have to believe there's some issue with his end.
Got a straight flush draw.
Or mine, actually. I don't know what's going on.
This is where Jeff Gross starts worrying about his internet. You're always paranoid about your own internet whenever the other player's not acting. Because if the other player's internet screwed up, that's fine. But if your internet screwed up and you don't know it, it's a disaster.
Jeff Gross looking longingly at the Cyprus sunset out there.
He is ready to get outside.
Just to cross the...
Well, show us, Jeff. Stop telling us about it.
Can't really... Hey, Redline. Get some pictures out there, bro. And I think we got to go lights off. Yeah.
Don't show the party in the background.
Whatever. I mean, I'll turn it. I have kings, guys. And Guo Dong is just Guys, what's going on?
Well, we'll figure it out.
Jeff Gross looking longingly at that sunset, torn between the Kings and the Mediterranean
I think
Sea.
his net went down.
Just across the Med from little old Malta, where myself and Jonathan bringing you this broadcast from.
We cannot see the sunset from where we are sitting.
We cannot. We can,
I
see,
believe
a lot
it's
of,
raining.
we can see a lot of
I
light.
have Kings, man. What are you gonna do? What's up? The longest tank ever. And I'm guessing his net must have gone down, so I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure if you can see me, but we're here. We have Kings. I like the flop.
Jeff Gross has Kings, guys, just to clarify.
Jeff has a Twitch stream as well. You can check him out if you enjoy his play and his commentary. A decent amount of the players in the Global Poker League stream. I mean, I stream, Jeff streams, and Nanonoko streams, Elky streams. A lot of players stream.
Todd Brunson streams.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I'll take a minute, I guess, talk about. I'm in Cyprus. I'm here with Antonio. We both made the final table of a 5K buy-in. Oh, and he's back. He's back. All right. I don't know. So.
Guo likes to check here.
It's a really good flop for us. If he has like some kind of draw, 9-10, gutters, any queen. Obviously, if he somehow has a random jack, it's annoying. But again, very good flop. He does call. Flush gets there. We don't have a heart. Again, I can't really give him a necessarily a flush. So here you can either do two things. You can check back pot control, maybe get him to and just call the river, most rivers, get him to bluff, or we bet again and then check back. I think any are fine. Obviously not a good river for us.
This card could save Jeff Gross and chips.
Don't beat King 10. That's unlikely. We have two kings. Not sure what we do here. We'll see what he bets. Let's see. We beat a queen. He could. I mean, I think a lot of weak hearts. I don't know if he would even bet. So I'm going to actually probably pay this off. And again, we beat straight draws. We beat weak queens. I don't think he has an ace. That wouldn't make any sense. So it's either he has like a random heart, or I think we're probably good. And so all right. So good no bet on the turn for us. He had a big flop, and that's annoying. Obviously, to lose kings to two undercards, but that's okay.
Notice there, Jeff lost almost no chips.
So I don't mind our payoff there. I think we're gonna be good enough. Looks like we lost the level.
Guo was really mastering the time bank there. He ninja'd up the level. He kicked it up a notch just so we could play a little bit shallower stacks.
Shallow these stacks. Hence the Berlin Bear, Jeff Gross.
We are in Cyprus. Fresh off a final table, guys. I'm warmed up. I'm ready. Not going to be folding too many of our big blinds, but the 10-5 off is one of the few. It's probably even, I could defend that, but it's early, and we're just going to give it up. Big match. They're slightly ahead of us in the standings, and Rasty performed huge yesterday. 2 wins in the 6 max.
Incredible performance.
And we got right back in it. We got the Bears looking to do some work today.
So the way today works, if Jeff Gross wins 2-1, the teams will be tied.
Spade draw 10's probably good.
Of course, if Jeff Gross loses, they'll be down by a decent amount. If there's a sweep,
so here we
Berlin
can
hops
check
into
or
third.
bet. I like betting. If he has a 9 or a 4, we may get him off a 4 or 9. He could call, he could not. He could also have like Jack 10 type hands. I like betting. 10 should be good. Spade should be good, and we could just get him off some better hands like Queen highs, Jack highs. It's a good result.
Yeah, definitely a spot to bet the turn in that scenario because you make all the Queen
It's
highs
a
fold.
decent starting hands. The blind's already up to 400, 800. We'll try to keep the pot small for right now.
So we're hearing that whenever they try to call Guo on Skype, it messes up his internet because apparently Chinese internet is
pretty good flop middle
only a
pair,
little
no
bit better than
backdoors.
Maltese internet.
Hard to make a pair.
Curse of the Chinese internet strikes again, guys.
Above average flop for us.
That's okay. Jeff Gross does enough talking for all of us.
I think if we're going to lose one of these guys, Guodong was the one to lose when it comes to the amount of input
call.
we're going to get.
Let's see. I think we're going to end up calling. That card, not so good. Actually, we're going to check. Think about leading a lot of turns, not necessarily this one. This is going to be something he can rep a little better. But this is not a good card, but I still, depending on the size in here, going to maybe continue. It's hard to make a pair, I'll tell you what.
This is a spot where maybe Jeff could find a fold. The ace is a horrible card for Jeff, unless he thinks Guo's going to check behind a bunch of aces.
That's a good river.
On the flop.
If he had a 9, he's already good. The flush does come through, but I don't expect him to be... I don't know if he can really bet this too often. All right, he had a 9. Wow, he checks back to 9. Yikes. All right, so we got unlucky and then kind of lucky at the same time. Deuce 9, this is one of the few hands we're going to be folding on the button. Deuce 7, Deuce 9, those kind of hands.
The check back from Guodong there, Jonathan. Rivers trip 9s. Could this be a misclick?
Thought about 3-betting that Queen 6 suited 3.
Well, the flush got there. A lot of players who come from...
surprised he checked back there. I guess he was worried about the flush, but that seems a little bit... seems a little too passive to not bet that 9.
A lot of people who come from full-ring poker are very afraid of the flushes and the obvious draws when they come in, and that was an obvious spot where the draw came in. I do think Jeff Gross would have paid off there with an ace, maybe a 6, maybe a middle pair. So there's probably value to be had.
Some showdown value, but we're going to lead out here. We're open-ended. We got a piece.
Interesting lead.
Really bad river. Backdoor spades come through. The 9-10 gets there. Again, he's probably betting like 9-10 type hands, but could have ace highs. He could have some backdoor spades. Just calling. I think we're going to check and decide. Okay, fair fight. We were open-ended. We had 9-4.
Jeff has lost
6.
every pot.
Nice hand for him.
Through no fault of his own, he's lost small pots so far.
It's a little dark in here all of a sudden. Good to see you, Ralph.
Yes. See you, my guy.
Yes. The Jack 10, we got the King Queen open-ended. Decent flop. Decent flop. It got real dark real quick. We could turn some lights on, I think. It's pitch black in this room all of a sudden.
Show us the party, Jeff.
Guys, can we get a little red line? Can you hook me up with the light in the back?
Why is there no lighting?
Well, no, it's good. I was just.
Oh.
It was the weird lighting, guys. I'm in an intense heads-up match. This is serious.
I thought he was in a broom cupboard, but it turns out he's in a palatial hotel room.
Yo, I'm streaming live right now. No, guys, you can't help me. There's one player per hand.
You got it.
This is the GPL match. Rasty won both 6 maxes yesterday. It's pretty strong. 6 max. He played 2 matches and went.
First player in the history of the GPL to win 2 6 maxes was our Brian Rast. Pulled the Berlin Bears back into contention.
Guys, I got Antonio, if you can see him. I don't know if you can see him. He's in the background. And Redline. If you don't know what Redline is, you're missing out. But they're over here. It's one player per hand. Don't worry. But we got a couple poker minds in the room. Okay, let's see. 4 or 5 off. We got 1 diamond. We got a couple back doors, but probably going to check fold this one.
Yeah, this is a very, very weak draw for Jeff. When your draw is just horrible, it's fine to fold.
Could do like a wild overbet. I don't know. We're just going to play solid, guys. Let's play solid. This is an important match. You can't win them all if you don't win the first. And he's got the first kind of leg out. He's up. He's got the 60-40 lead, but I like our chances. I like what's going on here.
Follow the GPL on Twitter, guys, at GPL, and use the hashtag GPL to join in the conversation about the GPL. Our Twitter feed will give you details of all upcoming matches. So special features and clips and all the key hands from the GPL. Don't forget to download the app, GPL TV. That's available on iOS and Android. every match so far in the GPL, catalogued on the app. This is match 129 of the GPL. Access the merchandise store.
But they thought we are gonna.
We're gonna raise it up, take control. He could have some draws. Could get him, queen nines, 9-10s. We could. This is a tough spot for him to re-raise us here. We check back to flop and then raising the turn.
Interesting turn raise.
Not the best river, but queen 10, queen 9 we're beating. We do have a deuce, and I think we're gonna check, and I believe we're gonna be good a lot of the time. He could have random flush draws. He also could have like queen 9. We don't beat 9-10 now, but queen 9, queen 10, those type of hands. He also could be leading out with like, king 10. So we're gonna check with. We do have a pair, and I think this is gonna be pretty close. This is a big pot to go to back in it or be kind of out chipped right now. And he did. He made turn 2 pair. Wow. So he was definitely check calling that river. Good check back for us. We got out flopped. That's okay.
Jeff could win a few chips back here.
It was an interesting turn raise there. I think you're primarily getting called by either very good draws or very good made hands. I don't know if the 2 does very well versus that. Of course, you protect your hand a little bit, but usually in no limit hold'em, you're not really protecting versus very many outs.
Pop it up. This is good enough to get the 3-bet in here.
Yeah, they may play all in on this one, depending on what Guo decides.
Oh, and we will call. I mean, he's going to be shoving like 6s, 5s, 7s, ace jacks, king 10s, ace queens. I mean, our hand is too strong to fold. Hopefully we have him 4-1. Could be flipping. Very rarely going to be behind.
It's got,
and
got the
we
4-1 in.
4-1. That's
And
a very good flop. No deuce, no
running
5.
fours.
We should be home free.
Well, running
Spade,
straight cards
we could have
needed for
spade is good
Guo
too. A
Dong.
big
Well, this
spade,
match,
that's nice. And it just felt like a baby pair there, but we hit the 9 anyway. So 1 3-bet, and he just 4-bet crams with 4s, which 30 blinds, I don't know about that. It's definitely not crazy, but we'll take it. It's good to hold 4-1s. Let's go. Come on,
Dong
Bears. Let's
clearly
get
not
the
afraid
first
to
one.
tangle.
It's a tough spot with pocket 4s. I don't really fault him for shoving. The one issue
We're
is
live
we don't know much about
on
Jeff at the moment.
Twitch. And guys, we just won a 4-1. We held an all in, and we got it. We got the Hong Kong stars on the ropes right here. Antonio's over here. Antonio, this is a sensitive time for him. He was heads up today, even though he did do a choppy. I don't know if I'd want heads up advice from him today. He did not win his match, and we are with the 2-1 lead against Guo Dong from the Hong Kong stars.
Can you say that again?
Nope. We're gonna go one off there. Rasty played 6 matches yesterday and went 2 for 2. Pulled us back into it. We're currently in 4th, and they're like 1 pip ahead of us. So this is good. This isn't the Flow Show, guys. This is not to be confused with the Poker Flow Show. I do have a Twitch channel. Which is Jeff Gross Poker. This is the we're on GPL. We're right now. Ooh. Queen Ace suited, the old days I may lay this down, but this guy's got some moves, probably the weak aces, the 10 deuce offs. This guy's got the full plethora. We are going to call and see a flop with the Queen 8 suited.
Action.
Very good flop. And Guo Dong probably going to, I'm just going to decide, do we just flat or do we raise here? I think we're going to raise, get it in. Yeah. We're going to make a committing raise because he's going to have ace highs here.
It's going to be a tough spot for Guo. I don't actually know if he should be folding this too often.
Raise, get this in.
There are
and we
a lot
don't mind
of
a
draws.
fold from ace high. If he does have some type of like 8s or 9s somehow, or some shit, hand like that, we got the flush draw. There's very few things that we're going to be not want to get it in against. Like when he jams, if he has somehow bigger hearts, that would be one of the few. Obviously 9s plus, kings or aces hurt, but yeah. Looking for fold's a great result, and if we have to get it in, we get it in. But very good flop for us. And we do pick it up. Let's go.
Don't get
Probably
out of the
got
way.
Weak ace to fold there. Ace jet, ace 10, ace 9.
It's important to realize there are a lot of draws available on that board if you're in Guo's shoes.
Nice walk, 10 high. Let's go. 3-1 lead, guys. Let's get it going.
Jeff may not raise there with his nut hand, so I certainly don't fault Guo for the fold, but that's the spot where the ace high is actually much stronger than it may
Gives a
appear.
3 walk.
because Jeff's probably not raising ace
Alex
jack and ace
Dreyfus,
queen.
I see you watching. What's up, man? Says what's up to Antonio. Alex, I don't know if you're over there, Antonio.
Mr. Dreyfus, hello.
He says hello, Mr. Dreyfus. So we got bullets on stream. Are you kidding me? We got bullies. Holy cow. We're going to pop it up, make it a little fishy. He might just limp jam. He might limp raise. Guadong's probably got some moves. He's a Hong Kong star. He's got all the tricks, and we're going to lay a little bait out. He's limping. He calls. Okay. Good flop. Let's bet it, right? He could have like king. He could have queen jacks, king tens. He could have some ace wheel draws here. I mean, we got aces, guys. You've already got our kings with undercards. I have aces. Like, we're just gonna bet. We're heads up. And we pick it up. I like the start. I might start limping on this guy. I'll stick with what works. I'll implement the limp game pretty soon here. He's got like 17 bigs. I think it's close because he's going to start piling. That's the problem with raising the 10-4 suited. So I think he's about to he might cram this. And if he starts cramming, we'll start limping.
Piling and cramming both mean to go all in.
Hit a pair. It's hard to pair.
You don't know.
The first match is so big. My 2 experiences in GPL with heads up, the person who's won the first has swept. It's very emotional heads up.
Got to stay calm. You got to get the emotions out of there. It sure is depressing to get down one or two games.
Very small bet with the flush board, the ace, the jack. I mean, we could get raised here.
What's the over-under on how long before we can turn the TV on?
There's 3 rooms within our room. You could just turn on
Just
TV
ask
in
the
the room.
question. Don't get all huffy over there.
There's no, bro, guys, we're really doing it. This is intense. I'm going to try to clean this up quick. We're on match 1 of 3. And we have a lead. I'm beating hands, guys. Don't say I won't call with second bottom pair. I got the 10, the 4. I mean, what's he betting? I guess he could have like.
Sorry for Shamrock prayers.
Do we jam? Do we just? I mean, let's see what we're beating. We're not beating a ton. We're beating spades. Some random like 4-5, 4-6s. We're losing to the jack. 8s, 9s, like random jacks. We could go for blood here. Try to get him to fold a jack. That would be the point to overbet this. I like that we have a nice lead. Let's just check. Hope he has spades or a weaker 4. It's gonna be tough, like 4-5, 4-6, but we'll see. And he did just have king high, so there we go. He's doing the king high floats and stuff. But that's why it's valuable to make a pair. And here's a big hand for his 10 blinds. I expect him to be shoving now. He limps.
Interesting limp.
And
Guo could get in some trouble.
We're going to make a sizing that he maybe thinks he could limp jam and we could fold. So we're going to make it like almost 3x. And I expect him to be limp jamming here a fair amount with this 10 blind stack. There
Especially
it is.
King Jack.
Ace King, guys. Ace King heads up for the first match. Show me the Ace 7 off. All right, we're dominating. That's all you can do. Good flop. Red line, this is big. Anyone want to sweat? 2 cards to come. Oh, diamond cuts the outs.
Very nice turn for Jeff. Oh!
I love
saves,
man. It was too clean. It was too funny. I had to bring my boys over to sweat it. Maybe that's why I've never won a major tournament. Like, it's like you just. How do you make the laughing sound? That's hilarious. Was that 2 outer on the river?
It was.
Let's go eat.
Oh, that's pure, guys. That's all right. You know what? We're not quitters.
Definitely a tough run out for Jeff, but he cannot let that phase him at all. Just has to continue playing strong
not
poker.
the 2 outer. Whoo! 2 outer on the river, baby.
To be fair, they got it all in pre-flop where he got it all in with 70-something% equity. Don't worry about the 2 outers on the river because you get it all in pre-flop.
Here, guys. A lot.
Unless you're trying to make poker exciting. Depends on how analytical you want to be about it.
The deuce or the... I mean, does he think I'm folding ace high? It looks like I have like ace high though.
Good value bet from Guo.
7 of the deuce. Okay. Easy game. This guy's strong. Some guys can do it. I mean, we just felt it. The limp jam. We had him dominated. The ace 7 off, the king 10s, those type of hands. I love it. I love it.
Correction from earlier, guys. This is match 131 of the GPL, not 129. All matches are available to view retrospectively on the GPL
Start with the
TV
lead
app.
top pair. Let's get the lead out game.
It's a fun lead. It's very tough to balance leads because whenever you bet with a hand like this, you take it out of your check calling range some portion of the time. That makes your check calling range a bit weaker. You'd really like to have top pair in your check calling range. Guo gets the nut card on the turn, giving him a straight draw and a flush draw and overcards.
Average card.
We may see an
we have
all-in.
some outs. We're beating draws, but that 8 definitely connects some stuff.
It's a pretty sweet spot for Guo to shove. You can make Jeff fold out random ace highs or ace 2s that decided to lead. Stuff like 6-5 may fold.
You could raise this. This is kind of dicey when he raises here.
Yeah, I think Jeff has a nice checking hand on the turn because you don't want this to happen at all. But Jeff calls. And just like that, Guo Dong in great shape.
Can't get it in much. Can't tee it up much better than that. All right, he's good at all ins. I like his game. I like, I don't blame some of the plays he's making, but he's strong when you can win the all in. That's strong.
I like that shove there by Guo. He is going to make a lot of better hands fold. Although if you think you're getting
on the river for match 1.
If you think you're getting called every time,
Still in.
Then obviously you don't want to be shoving
7
there.
blinds, guys.
You're allowed to quit people.
Let's give him the double smiley. Pretty good turn for him.
So now Jeff down to only 6 or 7 big blinds, or 7 or 8 big blinds. He's going to have to find something. I imagine I would be shoving or folding at this point.
See if we can win it all in.
That is what Jeff does.
Not going to give up, guys. We've gotten it in good twice to end the match, and we're 0 for 2 with 1 to come. This is a nice hand. I will be calling a shove, I believe, 7 blinds. Yes, we will call. See if we can run it down. Maybe we take control of the RNG. I don't know if GPL's cards are set or if they're constantly circulating. So let me just do something different where I don't do the last all-in, so I get to decide when we put it in.
He's referring to some websites. The cards are not predetermined. They are
I
shuffled
would
all the
imagine
time.
he's
So
min-raise calling off
cheat.
with the stack sizing instead of limp. I would think he would not be.
Is 347.
Pretty sure he's going to be limp. He's going to be limp.
470.
Wow, good result. 10 high. We'll take it. We're back in it, guys. One more double, we're even. Whoo!
Was it 330? 379. 375. As long as it's the full seat, not the partials.
Guo does like to kill and see a flop with a 9-2 suited, which I think is fine. I'm a little surprised Jeff raised this exact
Bummer
hand.
start here, guys, on these all-ins.
Few backdoors for Guo Dong.
Good result. Let's go.
So let's let it go.
We're in it. I'm not giving up on this first one. I'm committed to winning. I don't mind, guys. We can just keep putting it in good.
Yeah, full suit.
This feels like a momentum one.
Just have to grit our teeth and not complain, despite the
I can't even help translate that. Sorry. So Jeff decides to put it all in. Well, effectively all in.
Let's go.
It's an aggressive line.
Go Dong. He doesn't want to squander the luck. I don't think he thinks he's going to get all in behind and win. So let's see how many blinds. This is 12 blinds. We're just going to pile it in, baby. Ace high. Call me with the king jack, something like that. Jack 10.
even on the day.
How's Spar doing?
Even.
Flat? Wow. We're back in it, guys. Redline, did you see the 2 outer? Wasn't that beautiful?
I did not see it.
You didn't see the ace king to king jack?
No. I saw the 2 outer against.
Oh, and then we got it. Yeah, and then we got it all in with 1 to come. He was drawn pretty live, but.
Oh, what's the timer? The 8 minutes 12 seconds.
Then you don't get a time bank if you take that long. We're gonna give it up, man. 29K. Let's go. Alex Stripe said hello to Antonio. He said hello back. He's in the room. Antonio did chop heads up this Cyprus event, the 5K. I made the final table as well. 324 total entries. I'm feeling warm and good, but ooh, do we defend J5 Motown? It's not suited. Sensitive stacks right now. We got 12 bigs, the Jack 5 against the loose cannon. We're gonna give it up. It's a little tight, but 10 blinds. I think we're gonna still win this match. Everyone needs to stay calm. Berlin Bears out there, if you're watching. I really like our flow in this right now. Give it up. We still got 10 blinds and 1 double, and we got the lead.
Jeff is optimistic.
Ooh, suited ace.
We're going to see an all-in.
He might just start piling. I don't think he likes.
Your favorite hand.
Oh man, this is the hand I busted with here at the final table in ace. Oh, he did it. He's got like Jack 10. Let's go. Ace high is good. Oh, we're flipping. Ace 6. Come on. There's a good flop.
Takes the lead.
Redline, you haven't seen the GPL today, bro. This is not safe. This is like we're not. All right. I feel better. They're not going to double two out me.
We're good.
They can't do that. Oh, did you see the pause? All right, guys, new game.
That 4 was too close.
Yeah, that was way too close. I knew it.
Back to even stacks
Yeah,
here.
the pips. That's kind of tilting there. It doesn't have the pips.
What's that? What are pips?
You know, the number of the spots. It just has a giant suit.
I'm going to give it up. I think he's on tilt.
6 pips or a 6.
Guadong giving us a headache today.
We all play poker for the headaches.
They deuce off. This one's yours if you want it. Ooh, getting walks with garbage. Are we back over the lead? It's close. What a match all of a sudden. Let's give it a little raisy daisy.
Guo may go all in with this hand. I think that would be perfectly fine.
He calls.
Bottom pair for Guo.
Tough spot for Jeff. He doesn't have much. If he had a diamond, I think betting would be fine. But when no diamond at all, maybe you just give up on this one.
Good card. Look at that pause check for the J. We just that all of a sudden we hop into a decent scenario here with the J. Goes for the lead.
This is an interesting value bet from
Interesting.
Guo.
All right, we can do everything here. We did that hand where we had the king deuce, and we raised the turn, kind of get him to pay for draws or just slow him down. Let's just call here. Could have some like 8-7s, these type of hands. He could also have like a 6. Really, the question is, are we value betting this or not? The flush gets there. 3-5. I mean, I don't know if he calls with a 4 or 6. I think this is a pivotal pot, and I think we should have the best hand. And I don't know if we're gonna get called by much worse. And he also could have missed diamonds. Or I'm sorry, not missed diamonds. Could have like 5-7, 8-7, those type of hands. We're gonna check, and I think we're probably good. It's gonna be, yeah, 4. I don't know if he calls with a 4 or a 6. So
I like that
good
river
result.
check. We saw Guo check trip 9s back earlier.
Interesting that he just called with the ace pre-flop.
We may see the raise.
How many
and all
blinds?
in.
We have 20 bigs right now, and he's got.
Could be trouble for Jeff brewing here. Decides to rip.
And Guo's going to have to call this off, I think. His hand is quite strong. And we're going to see an all-in with Jeff behind finally.
Wow, Dong in the tank. He's got 4 minutes. We're ahead on the timer. Blinds go up in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Wow, could have like a queen jack or jack 10 or king 10 hand here. Could be close, right?
Jeff's going to be surprised when and if Guo calls.
I want this game, guys. I want this one. Wow. We're in it. Just in a match right now.
Wow.
We want to pick it up.
Big fold from
Weak ace.
Guo.
Let's
Interesting
go.
there from Guo Dong.
Thought about just 3-betting there instead of jamming, but I don't know, just kind of wanted to take it down.
So whenever you're playing heads up with 20 big blind stacks or less, if you get any ace and you raise and you get shoved on, you just pretty much have to go with it. You're not loving the call off with ace-8 offsuit, but like what are you hoping for? How are you going to find a better spot?
I tried to raise more than that. I tried to make it 6,500.
Wow.
At least one of my least favorite hands in poker, but heads up, I mean, it's one of those things.
I don't predict Guo getting out of the way this time.
Pretty good hand, heads up.
Guo leads for the minimum. Wow. This may induce Jeff to go crazy.
Do not like it. I mean, there's just so many bad cards. Like, the problem is it's so weak to just fold the ace queen. So I don't know. It's kind of a dicey spot here. The problem is if we are ahead, it's really hard. Like literally the 3, 4, 8, 9 are all really bad cards, and we could already be in some trouble. We're gonna peel one here.
Guodong in possession of the nuts here.
Playing this very interestingly.
You could have like a 4, like a random king 4, like a 8, 10, 8 queen. I don't really want to get check raise here, and we're looking for a big card here, or pair the board.
There's his pair on the board.
Not the worst card.
Guo should likely go for a very big bet here to hopefully make it look like he does have a hand like king 4 or 10-8, something like that. I would much prefer a big bet here. Maybe even
could he shove
an all in?
Conceivably?
Yeah, he could. He certainly could. I'm not sure Jeff is going to call with his hand, though.
He's probably going to go big size in here. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I think Jeff's probably going to find the fold.
You know? Tries to look bluffy. He could.
Jeff has nearly the bottom of his range at this point. But if he thinks his opponent's bluffing a bunch.
But like, I don't know if he's going to even fold a 5 or a 6 here. Probably not. It's very close. Flop the nuts. Nice line.
He does get paid.
Nice life. Nice line. I meant to raise more pre-flop. I don't know if he would have folded. It min-clicked it. Probably a fold there on the river. It's okay.
So Jeff back down to a 12 big blind stack.
Easy game. Guodong.
This game really going one way and then the other.
For us, it ran out pretty clean.
Spot where, like Jeff said on the flop, when he faces the lead,
it's frozen.
His opponent either has a draw or a made hand, and all those hands have a lot of equity against ace queen. So he wanted to fold the flop, but I think he does have to peel as he did. River's a nasty spot though.
Appears Jeff may be experiencing some connection issues of his own.
This is day 6. I've not left the hotel. I've not gone to dinner. Day 6. Just grinding.
Guys, I'm not sure what happened. It says wait or kill.
Wait or kill.
Can someone
Morbid.
help me out? Let's see.
Set of choices. Always wait when offered that choice in life.
Yeah, just wait.
Never kill. This is the GPL, guys.
Thank you for being here today.
Technical difficulties.
Let's give Jeff a second to figure it
Oh
out.
shit. Is this my internet?
I imagine Cyprus internet is comparable to Malta internet. I went and played in the first World Poker Tour event they ever had in Cyprus, I guess 6 or 8 years ago now. I took 7th in it. It was a lot of fun. I believe the people at Bellagio were in charge of running it. A bunch of us Americans went out there and we had a good time.
Yeah, Cyprus really has exploded over the last few years. There's a couple of big resorts there which offer, a wide range of buy-ins. A lot of the Russian players frequent those venues. Marriott Crystal Cove being the main one down there.
Oops.
Well, Jeff better hurry. He's going to run out of time.
Well, could see both these players in the hot spot.
I think we're
the hot
kicked
seat
out.
if this game continues.
Here we go.
I think Guo's going to be fine on
All right,
time.
we're
He's
back,
playing
we're
pretty
back.
fast.
Okay.
I don't really foresee either player being in time trouble.
Let's see.
But if they trade all ends back and forth 4 or 5 more times, then certainly one of them could be. 3 minutes is a lot, especially when your decisions are fold or call or all in.
Yeah, we're pretty shallow here.
It's not like that we're playing post-flop hands that take a minute each.
Down, just piling on us.
That's definitely what I would suggest Guodong do versus Jeff Gross. I would just be very aggressive. Here we're going to see an all-in most likely.
Two good hands here.
This is a good hand to shove. Trying to think if there's any reason if I could do anything else to look stronger, but we'll put it in with the 9-8 suited. Get called by ace high, king highs, and that's not a good hand for him to have, but it's a great flop. Life!
Nine
Women
or diamond.
love diamonds, put it right out.
There it is.
Oh, baby. Oh, it's not over.
It's not over.
Flush.
All right.
Jeff Gross gets the double.
Calling it in. We had a little technical difficulty. The time banks are low, and we have the chip lead again, guys. Let's see if we can finish this one out. Just feels like we're going to get this one. 9-8 suited versus eights. That was officially lucky. But, I mean, we did get 2 outed to end the match. So you tell me what you'd rather do. Right? I mean, you could pick and choose.
Jeff's really leaning on getting 2 outed.
He feels like I'm just going to fold here a lot, which is true.
Sometimes you lose hands in poker.
Big walk. Here we go. 67-32. It's time to lean. That's why you shove the 8-9 suited. You don't raise fold.
Yeah, don't raise fold.
I think he's going to, the first limp, I have a feeling he's going to pile it on us. Actually, let's try it. I'm expecting him to be shoving here, but nope.
It's an interesting strategy to limp when you think you're going to get shoved on, when you plan to limp fold. Got to be careful with that. It's very hard to predict what your opponent's going to do because you don't know their hands and what they're getting.
Let's go. Did we turn the air off in here? It got hot. You turned it off? Redline, come on, bro.
Guodong down to just a very short
back on. I'm in a huge heads-up match. It's hot in here. I got headphones on. I got Guodong hitting 2 outers on me. I got to have some AC, bro. Come on, Redline. You know that. Were you cold, or did you just want to put your... Were you trying to help the Hong Kong Stars, Redline? Pilot, King 7, 7 blinds. Come on, baby. We could even get called by worse. Guodong. Put it in there with the Jack 9. Jack 10.
This would be a little bit loose.
I'll run you down, King 7 suited. The blinds are huge, man. You got to put it in, bro. Take your chance. Jack 10.
Jack 10 would be a call.
He probably calls Jack 10. He's probably got like Jack 8. Maybe suited.
Ooh.
Jack 6 suited. I'm calling it right. Let's go. Oh, diamonds are covered. Redline, we've got to fade a couple outs. Redline, get over here. Oh, Redline. I'm going to close my eyes.
Just the Jack.
Bam! Come on, Redline. The Bears. I said Jack 8 suited. We were right in there. Jack 9 off. Let's go.
When's the next match?
I don't even know, but that felt good. That was huge. Holy cow, that felt good. Man, this is like, yeah, that was intense. What a game. Let's go.
Well, there you go, guys. Jeff Gross there.
He was excited.
Taking us through that. He was pretty excited. They're pretty hyped up for the Berlin Bears. Felt like he was really determined to follow in the footsteps of Brian Rast and put on a really good performance. I mean, lots of all-ins there. A couple of suckouts for Guodong. Interesting that we suggested that Guodong would be unpredictable, and he proved to be unpredictable, showing a lot of aggression in some spots. Shoving the 4s early on. Shoving the turn with his draw. And he showed a couple of spots where he, really. Possibly was on the tighter side, where the one that sticks in my mind is where he lets go of the 8-8, ace-8 after getting shoved on. Just a mixed bag from Dongguo there, but pretty solid all round from Jeff Gross.
Yeah, that ace-8 hand where he raised ace-8, Jeff Gross went all in for maybe 15 big blinds or so, and then Guo folded the ace-8. I mean, that was the pivotal hand of the tournament. If Guo makes that call, he's in great shape to, I believe he would have had a very big chip lead. And, who knows what happens from there, but I think that's a spot where he missed out on perhaps locking up the game. So that was definitely tough for him. But yeah, it was a fun game. There were a lot of spots where maybe Guo was a little bit too loose, maybe a little bit too wild. And it seemed like Jeff Gross, as predicted, just played good, solid poker. He didn't do anything absurd. He did a few things that were a little bit optimistic.
He made one river call with ace queen high against the flopped nuts of Guodong. Were you surprised by that call?
I wasn't shocked. All the draws missed, or a lot of the draws missed. So I don't fault him for that one. I thought that his raise with middle pair or bottom pair with king 2 on some middle card board was a bit optimistic earlier. I'm not a really fan of that play, but beyond that, I thought Jeff played really well. I mean, he didn't open himself up to making any sort of huge blunder too often. So yeah, he did a good job, and he won.
Well, this is the GPL, guys. Not only do we bring you the best players in the world, we also bring you the best players in the world in the background on Skype of the best players in the world. Yesterday, we brought you Sean Deeb in the background of Chance Corner. Today, we brought you Antonio Asfandiari in the background of Jeff Gross. Jeff Gross rolls with a pretty, able crew of poker players. Also, Brian Rast is also in that friendship circle. These guys probably share a lot of knowledge, and Jeff really is one of the sort of top tournament players in the world. Do you think he's going to go on and sweep Dong Guo here, like from what you've seen of Dong so far?
I don't know. I would still think it's going to go 2-1 for Jeff at this point. That would be my prediction. But I certainly think that it could go either way. I mean, as long as your opponent's not playing super tight to the point where they just let you run them over and win the match no problem, everyone's drawing live. And we see Guo is not necessarily afraid to get it in when he has something reasonable. So I think it can go either way.
We'll be going to that second game soon, guys. 1-0 up for Jeff Gross. These two sides are closely, matched in this league. Hong Kong Stars 117 points, Berlin Bears 114 points. Thanks to that really nice 14 points from Brian Rast yesterday. Really kind of interesting the way the Eurasian table stacks up. We've got the later games tonight. We've got Sergei Lebedev of the Moscow Wolverines against Walter Trekariki of the Rome Emperors. That's top against bottom. And then got a really exciting game for you at the end of the night, the third game, where Mike Lair will be representing the Paris Aviators, taking on Igor Kurganov of the London Royals. Really exciting games coming up, but especially that Mike Lair game. That's really kind of two kind of heavyweights of poker, tournament poker, going up against each other.
Yeah, both those players are great. I actually played against Mike Lair in the Cube this summer, and I think I won 2-1, but he's certainly a tough competitor. And Igor, you never know what Igor is going to bring. He is really, really tough to play against. We saw that yesterday in his six-handed match, his six-handed match is the first one he didn't have much luck, but the second one he put on a nice show and he put up a few points. I believe he got 5. Is that right? Something like that. He put on a good show, and Igor's always a real treat to watch play.
This is our last show with Jonathan Little, guys. He's been in with me for the last 5 shows, including tonight. When these games are on break, me and Jonathan have been going through some hands of the GPL in detail. Jonathan's been, giving a real kind of inside look into the way to look at a number of different situations. Just hearing that we're waiting for Dong Guo to regain his internet connection. Just going to look ahead to the middle game of tonight. Just haven't had a chance to look at that one. That will be Sergei Lebedev of the Moscow Wolverines and Walter Trekariki. These two guys probably not amongst the most household names in the GPL. They're both representing franchises who've had mixed fortunes. Obviously, Sergei Lebedev of the Moscow Wolverines really has shown his skill so far with a really number of kind of high-profile heads-up performances.
Yeah, both players are somewhat new to the poker circuit. I say somewhat new. They've been around for 7 or 8 years, whereas opposed to some of the other players who've been around for more like 10 or 15 years. And if you can make it in the poker world today and come from having no cashes in 2007 or something like that to having a few million in earnings, you're probably pretty great. And even if you do not necessarily know these players, you have to understand that they got drafted for a reason, and they are fantastic. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring. We've seen both these players playing pretty aggressively in their six-handed matches and certainly not afraid to make really fun plays. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, one of the strategy segments we went over had, I believe it was a really fun hand from, I think it was Sergey. But anyway, check that out. Make sure you watch our strategy segments in between the rounds.
Yeah. Well, so we're just a reminder, guys, we're waiting for Guo Dong to regain his internet connection. He's 1-0 down against Jeff Gross in this match between the Hong Kong Stars and the Berlin Bears. Berlin Bears, coming, really with some momentum here on the back of Brian Rast's double yesterday. He was the first player in the history of the GPL to win back-to-back six-up matches. Xuan Lu last night almost repeated that feat, going 1 and then a second place. So yeah, really been a great week here on the GPL. Just a reminder, our app, the GPL TV app, is available on iOS and Android. Get yourself on there to catch up on all previous GPL matches. You can get standings for every single player in the league. You can get the upcoming matches. Just to let you know where we are in the GPL, this is the 10th week of online heads up and 6-max action. We've got 4 weeks after this before we head over to the Cube in Las Vegas for the playoffs. The top 4 times in each franchise will be playing off against each other in the Cube, and the winning team will be walking away with $100,000. So yeah, lots of exciting action to come on the GPL, guys. Don't forget to follow the GPL on Twitter and join the conversation using the hashtag GPL. Just a reminder, we are waiting for Dongguo, trying to get to that game as soon as possible, so please bear with us. Obviously, join the conversation on Twitch as well. I'm Roland Boothby. This is Jonathan Little of the Las Vegas Moneymakers. You can tweet at me, Roland, at Lord_Boothby, at Jonathan Little, to tweet to this guy. I mean, look.
You're doing a lot of talking.
I know.
Let's take a breath. Good job. I could not have possibly done that if I had to. I'm just sitting here amazed at your commentary skills.
Thanks.
That's great.
Guo Dong has lost internet, guys, and we're trying to get back to that game as soon as possible.
What do you want to talk about?
Normally in these spots we can just let's play the Hendon Mob popularity game, which I've been quizzing Jonathan Little.
Oh well.
I mean, we don't have to play that game because we're going to go back to the game.
That's how it goes. Oh, this commentary job's fun.
Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
It's kind of like poker. Whenever
share it on here, see what the fans are saying. I'm gonna be in the box. He's going with the limp early strategy. See, look, Lee, this is the replay over here. Oh, here it is. We get to catch it. So look at this is what's happening. The internet's pretty bad though. That's why it's like choppy. Ooh, pair.
So Guo
Pairs
getting
are hard to make.
a little bit optimistic, limping, trying to get Jeff to bluff off, but Jeff's not really the bluffy type from what I am seeing so far.
Got a pair.
God, I really do it, huh?
Guys, look at Antonio in the background. Can you see Antonio? Say what's up, man.
I was just scratching my butt.
It's fine. It's all good. Antonio's here. I got Lee right here. They call him great leader.
GPL?
Got me trapped, bro.
JG, what is it? What poker league?
Global Poker League. The Bears.
Okay, standings.
My 2 cents on his hand is that he
You can't. You can tell me after. You can't.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say.
I mean,
Oh, you're right.
granted, Lee's not a professional, guys, but it's one player per hand.
You want him. You want his
I'm a
advice.
professional
And-
advisor.
Yeah, this feels bluffy, man. I think he doesn't have anything, but I'm gonna give it up,
He
man.
has a flush.
Wow, down.
For sure he has a flush.
We have to decide soon.
It's a good fold by Jeff there.
Wednesday or Tuesday.
That 9 is actually a very bad card for him, but it's hard to know what Guo's doing.
I like our fold there. I think he was bluffing, but you know what? I'm just gonna pot control this guy. Boom, bottom pair.
I like that strategy from Jeff. Just try to not play huge pots without strong holdings. Just hang out, be patient.
5-5-2. Let's bet it. Pick it up. We're on the board. We are on the board. Bottom pair. Guaodong. That was a man. I can't tell you. Heads up. So he had a huge lead. It's tough to lose those. He's probably on a little bit of tizzy. 10-5 off. One of the few we're not gonna. Here's the announcer. It's too freezy. I'm gonna pause it. We're just gonna pause it. It's too much bandwidth, I think. Too much going on, Lee. Let's focus. Got the 6 and the 4. I'm gonna pop it up. We're gonna try to keep control. All right. 6-4. We have no heart. We have almost no hope in this one. I don't even think I'm gonna put chips in the pot, but I can't help it. We'll bet something just for the outside chance he just gives it up on the flop.
This is quite a weak hand to bet. I think
We got the flush.
We don't.
give up.
we have hope.
Eurasia teams compete with America's teams.
There is some overlap, but mostly you play people in your own conference.
So what's the Eurasia mean? Is that just the name, or do you have to come from Eurasia? Because you're not from Eurasia.
Prize of like 9-10 or something, 10-8. We'll give it up.
You guys need to make up a gap. You're 5th right now.
No, what is it? Are we really 5th? Because I think Rast. What's the points say? I think we're not 5th. Rast just scooped 14 points yesterday. We have like 114. Does it say 100 or 114?
114.
Berlin Bears are 5th.
You're 5th after that.
They actually just moved up to 4th
Yeah.
after that 3 points. They are above the Aviators now.
GG.
Started the week bottom of the
No,
conference.
just picked up 3. Just found them on the street.
Well, you're
Actually, they're not tied with Hong Kong.
10 a.m. back home,
All right. Well, what's number 4? How many do they have?
It's 9:45 a.m. Oh. Wow, GPL is tweeting you.
I just sent a sunset shot for
GPL
them.
is tweeting you quite a bit, actually.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
We love Jeff Gross.
GPL
Bottom
likes
pair and a
Jeff
gut
Gross.
shot. This feels like a good hand to check back.
Hey, boy.
We have backdoor diamonds. We got bottom pair. We got an 8 to make a straight. That's a great card. We're just winning in this hand right now. And Guangdong may take a shot. Guangdong may shoot at this one, guys, with the gutter.
Bill's gonna get over which one, the Iran one?
Interesting minimum bet.
Saudi Arabia.
Another interesting raise from Jeff. Jeff really likes his protection raise.
97 to 1 to override.
Whoo! Here we go now.
Notice
Chip
there,
lead.
right there, Guo was drawing nearly dead. And you,
Suited ace. This is a good hand.
you don't really need to protect
Blinds
when
are
everyone's
up.
drawing dead.
We're just going to call. Let's just knuckle this. Let's take a flop. We're starting with the best hand. Now he doesn't think we have the ace. There is draws.
The right to sue the country of Saudi Arabia for aiding or financing terrorism attacks. It's very risky politically.
We might let him barrel this. If he goes like 1700 here, there's dodgy cards here.
You're gonna sue a country?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call. Let him keep him in his like queen jacks and those type of hands.
97 to 1.
What does it take to overrule?
That's a filibuster.
See if we want to lead here, protect because of the club, or we just think we're just gonna check, let him drive.
But if you want to bet 10K,
Could have total air. He may have like Jack 10. That's a good card.
When the Senate or the House, they just like start reading from the phone book, just dragging on, just like
it's
delaying.
dragging up a debate, and they're not allowed to take you off the podium. That's when you filibuster.
See, do we want to go value bet or value? Like 1300 or like 3800?
Literally reading
It's just like it's like the
Bet it.
equivalent
Maybe he's
of
got
like
something.
tanking, and no one can call the clock on you.
So they've been doing it for like 48 hours straight. You just sit on the podium and talk to stop a vote from happening.
You can do that. Yeah.
There's rules for them to take you off, but then it's like calling a time on somebody, and then it just creates a.
I almost led the turn there. This is actually a pretty
Is that what
good,
you were
pretty
trying
good board to
get about
lead the
when
turn.
Like it happened like a couple of months ago.
Happens every once in a while.
Suited
Democrats were
ace.
filibustering,
Broadway suited ace.
Usually
Hello.
it's to stop a bill from going to a vote.
but then they can just put it back on the vote after the. Usually, what happens is like the sides threaten to filibuster to get what they want. They use it as a threat, but then you can overrule a filibuster with a majority vote.
All right, no filibuster talk on the stream. This is not a political stream.
Check it back. Just gonna check it back.
What does it take to overrule a veto?
60 vote.
No problem. We'll pay you off a little. You got a 3 or a 5. It's okay.
Yeah.
The king high, huh?
I got 97.
Can't fold, man. Maybe if you put a little meat on the bone, might consider it. Called Antonio with ace 10 high the other day. It was good. Ooh.
Sounds like
King
it's
high.
on the Senate.
This is a board where I actually like
Only
to
private
flat.
people deal with countries.
I like to.
Longest-
I would have probably
longest
flatted.
filibuster in history is 24 hours 18 minutes
Can't be.
by Strom Thurmond opposing the.
I think we have the best hand. I was gonna. If he had bet the flop, I was gonna flat and lead a lot of turns here.
It's the longest one in the Senate.
Where are you getting
Justice
called?
would allow a lawsuit against any country by any U.S. citizen who claims the country financed or otherwise.
See,
aided
I
and
could
abetted
do a
in
lot of
terrorist
things
attack
here.
on U.S. soil.
Uh,
Liability would attach only if the plaintiff could show the country acted with knowledge and
I
providing.
think we have the best
support.
hand.
How do you sue a country? Well, not only that, but it's also just.
Now I really think we have the best hand. He might have like queen 10, king 10,
Insinuating that Saudi Arabia was. Right.
and we might have just got there. We may have needed that card.
Vetoed this.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Don't think he has an ace necessarily. Small bet, man. Okay, I'm getting too good a price, and I think he does have like king high, queen high sometimes, but I'm just a little surprised by the bet sizing. Okay, he does have the ace, so no problem. Back to even. Nice hand. Interesting value on the river. Very small into that pot.
Clarify the situation in the
pick it up
Eurasian
with the ace-jack
conference.
into the chip lead, guys. Again, slightly, just starting. This is match number 2. We did pick up the first one. We had a battle, went back and forth, and we finally figured it out and got there. We shoved the king 7 suited. He had jack 6 suited, and it held. We had the same suits. Bottom 2 pair on a pretty dicey board. I mean, there's a lot of bad turns for our hand.
It's tough to get in a word.
People generally like the position to try to win these on these type of boards with the 3 hearts, or 3 of 1 suit, the monotone, and see the turn. A non-heart turn we may lead. It's a pretty good card.
I realize 8 o'clock.
You can't give advice. I have
No,
so much advice.
can't get advice. I would love to. After the hand, you can tell me anything you want.
We going to dinner or we go downstairs?
No, we're going downstairs.
Full of advice.
Advice is great.
Jeff really enjoys leading. This is something you don't see out of a lot of the players.
I have so much to say.
Certainly a reasonable hand to lead. You can get called by a lot of worse hands, and you don't mind making your opponent fold out a random 9 of hearts or something like that. So a reasonable hand to lead.
Put a raise in here with the big heart.
Awful card for Jeff. Not the worst, I suppose. 6 of hearts would be worse. I don't think Guo's going to get ridiculous, but be a sweet spot to rip it in.
I'm just thinking if I want to block or bet and deuce or just check. I'm just going to check.
So induce means we'd be betting, planning to call if he gets raised. So how does Guo turn this into a bluff?
He's pretty unlucky if he had a 4, like some random 4 with the heart
I
or
don't think it
something.
was his intention, but I think that all of a sudden he's like, oh, maybe I can.
Maybe it's not.
These guys aren't. He's not having his best day. Sometimes you don't have your best day. Wow, Guao Dong in the tank. This one feels like he's going to try to bluff me.
This is an interesting spot to have this pair.
Bet like the 14K bet here coming 13-7.
Somewhat unlikely to win at the showdown.
Oh, he gives it up. Nice. I was calling Guao. Good check, buddy. I was thinking you were gonna bet like 13-8. You might even have typed it in, ready to do it. He's gonna hear it on the replay.
How much delay are you on?
10 minutes. 10-5. We're picking them up. We're picking it up right now. Red line. I'm hungry, guys. Let's try to end this one.
Is he transmitting?
Yeah, he's on. People can watch it on their.
Spars up a little.
Spars up. Let's go spar.
Just a little. Your favorite.
Like 0.3, 0.03.
0.27.
Ooh.
Couple ticks, 3 ticks.
Nice ticks. Let's go, guys. We got a pair, middle pair. Wow. I think Guao's. I mean, he's ready to win some pots.
Yeah, Guo has not had much luck in this match at all, winning very many hands, and that does happen sometimes when you're playing heads up. Surprising how
Hong
often
Kong
a guy
star.
can win all of the hands, or almost all the hands. Actually, Guo got off to a great start on the previous game. This time Jeff's getting off to the pretty good start.
No C-bet. Jack 4. I used to talk about this hand all the time. This hand, you make a lot of 2 pairs. It's true. When I started playing poker, I love this hand. There's amazing how many full houses and stuff happen with this.
It's true.
But
That's true.
this particular one, I think we're gonna let it go. I can't help it, man.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make 2 pair this time.
He can give up sometimes here.
Interesting tiny bet.
I mean, not often. There's not a lot of hands I would fold if I were him, like that he's calling here, like unless he has like 8-7 or even that. There's really this board, like if he has 2 overs. If he raises me here, man, I thought he was gonna do that, and then click. Let's see. I mean, I just have a nice lead early. I know 77-50 gets it done, but we'll just play solid. No reason to be here early. I'm getting hungry. That's a problem. You shouldn't play poker when you're tired or hungry. If you don't know that, it's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. But I'm a little hungry right now. I'm gonna stay solid.
Never mess with a
And
hungry
Fortuitous
bear.
is nice to get the walk. I feel like we're due for a big hand. Ooh, the min raise.
No way.
Say hi to Abacho. Also let her know she's live. You guys are live. Any cupcake stuff you guys are doing.
Smoochy poochy stuff.
What's that?
All the smoochy spoochy stuff is live.
All right, I'm gonna 3-bet this one. You may have seen that light 3-bet I made. Pretty good flop. So much potential. We flop a pair and a little baby redraw.
Bit of danger here for Jeff Gross.
He still has 40% equity, so
yeah,
it's not like he's dead. The problem is he may not even realize the equity with the bad flush draw.
Let me just see if it's too loud in the background here for you guys. How about a king?
Well, there it is.
It's not nothing, but
It's perfect.
yeah, it depends. It is. It isn't.
To say that. But I did.
I have my mind made up on this hand. Guao Dong.
I'm so tired now.
Interesting bet on the turn.
Guao Dong, is he trying to punish me here? Could be trying to punish me.
I can't wait to come home and open my
If
envelope.
Guao bets this turn, I feel like he should be betting the river very often as a bluff. Really could stick it to him. Maximum punishment.
Let's see. Do we block or lead? Do we just check? Let's see.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, and then we're there for 2 nights, and
Did you
then
phone
we're
a friend?
coming home.
No. No friends in this game.
So 2 days until it'll be 2
King
nights in this
3. We have a pair
The rest was
that
the
doesn't matter
cycles.
anymore. We have a flush.
So it's not so bad.
We do lose to weak flushes here a lot, like a 7. It's got to be pretty strong to bet.
I think Guo has to go for this one. Once he bets the turn, he is trying to get his opponent off of an ace
I can do this
or a bad flush.
This trip
I don't like getting
now-
bluffed. No one likes getting bluffed when people can see. So go out. Don't be greedy, bro.
Say hi to Bacho.
Gotta
I may
go
check
for it,
raise.
Guo.
I got a pair.
The people how they play here.
If you bet the turn, I think you have to go for it. I don't think you necessarily need to bet the turn. But I think if you are going to bet the river,
3,000. That's not greedy.
you want to go bigger.
We could pay it off.
This is not going to get it done. You have to go more like
Does he have a? Probably has like the 10 of hearts here. To bet it. Let's see. Let me think here.
this may work. It certainly looks like he's trying to get value.
Just feel like I'm beat, but
Go for more noble.
Some players call these small bets every time. Other players do not. We mentioned last week we have yet to see a small bet as a bluff. Well, here it is. Took Guo Dong to do it.
Took 5 shows with Jonathan Little to finally get the
Yeah, well, ice cream
small bet river bluff that we were
Yeah.
hoping for
I think
so
I'm
desperately.
beat here.
So
He's
far
done
they've
this little sizing.
so far they've all
Done
been for
some
value
small
besides this
bets on the river with. Man, I actually don't know. I think he's gonna have like the 10 of hearts or the 9 of hearts here a lot. Check raise might even be the move. Doesn't have a thing. He bet the turn when it hit. So,
I guess you don't want to watch the 3 o'clock movie. I was like, well, sometimes the movie.
man, this is tough. This might be a fold actually. I'm gonna his sizing.
Through the movie, I was like, oh, this guy.
Not every movie is classic one.
Great leader. What
Can't
time
make up
is
my
it?
mind on this. I'm just trying to think if he's gonna bet a.
Well,
We'll
JG.
pay it off. Good bet, like the 9, 10 of hearts.
Update JG. The room needs an update.
What's that?
Spartan.
There you have it, guys. The first
We're up. That was a tough
attempted
call. That was a
small
nice
river bet
bet by
bluff.
him. Actually, I had to reach down into the tank there.
Could we have predicted it would be
And
Guo
good
Dong?
call.
Possibly not.
With the flush?
When
He
you
had
need to
king
win,
jack. He turned his hand to a bluff.
we need to win 20% of the time or less. You just call. Just pay the guy.
I like that sizing. Guao, if I'm pronouncing it incorrect. Sorry, excuse me.
They also have a kebab restaurant here too.
It's Guo.
But why don't we go eat at the kebab restaurant here?
Yeah, it's right next. I mean, to the.
I'd much
where
rather
we
do
eat.
that. to go to the buffet.
Buffet has kebabs.
You got pretty detailed insight
All
into
right,
the
ace 8 suited. Nice. Get it through. Good hand there.
discussions in the
I don't have the replay up, so I
Hotel
don't know
room.
what he's doing. And maybe it's sometimes better that way.
All the way to the buffet right
J5. We'll give it up, man. A little momentum. Not sure we're trying to win every hand. Respect.
Good fold one time. Pocket aces for Guo.
now. Okay.
And now
Two
they
hooks.
set him up.
Holy cow.
Uh-oh.
He's going to raise the 2,400. I just 3-bet. Make it a little bigger even, like, why would we make it bigger? Like, if it was smaller, I'd be stronger. Some weekly calls, he flats us. It's never easy.
slow things down.
22K, worst case scenario, we're at 42. We don't have a club. I mean, he did flat, super small sizing. If he has an ace here, ace 3, ace 7. He could have an ace.
Wow.
He also could have like queen jack of club, queen 10 of clubs or something like that.
I was not expecting this aggressive line from Guo.
But it's hard to make a pair. I 3-bet him. I don't know how many aces he's going to flat my 3-bet with. He may just 4-bet a lot of his aces. I think he could have flush draws a lot or lower pairs. And worst case scenario,
wow.
You know, and he shoves it in. I just don't think he has many aces, and that's why we play it like that. We bet small, get the raise, and then get to get a fold. So I don't know. He might have had like king queen or something.
Can you give us an update? Time-wise.
We're gonna start limping. He's got like 14 blinds. Bro, this is my last match, and then I have one other match, man. If you gotta leave me, I'm strong. I can take it.
How long is the match?
They're each. I won match 1. This is match 2. I got a nice lead. And
finish him.
Get a
Jeff
fold
Gross
here a
is
lot.
messing with his party.
Put him on his bike.
I like Guo. I don't even know him, and I like him. He just seems like a good guy.
He's a fighter.
Antonio looks excited over there. He's watching on his phone, I think. He's catching all the hand updates on replay. This is important, guys, because if you win your 2 matches, you win the overall match. So, like, to get the first 2 is just critical. Like, then all of a sudden the third one's just gravy. It's nice to be in a gravy situation, because if not, then it's a serious battle. Now he's going 3x. Can't be that strong, Gual, but I'm going to respect you. The 6-5 off. I got real hungry. If you guys leave me, it'll hurt. I promise, but I'll... Or, where are you going? Pijan. You're going to the buffet? We're just eating at the buffet every time.
That's a good buffet.
It is good. I would say save me a seat or order for me, but I'll just meet you. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, can you bring? You know what I like? Antonio, that chicken.
We'll bring you a plate.
Guys, you want to say bye for Berlin Bears? Can I get a chant? Hello. a lot of energy today. All right, there goes the crew. See you.
Here you go, guys. Antonio
Redline
Esfandiari,
might not quit me.
20 million in tournament cashes, eats at the buffet.
Right. Man, I wish I had eaten. I'm breaking my own rule. I'm playing when I'm hungry, but I'm forced.
3 for 3.
You want it? You want me to go for the clean sweep? Cyprus has been great so far. There it is. We got him jamming. We got him right where we want him. Guao Dong is officially cramming the ace-5 off.
I changed my key. That's why.
Queen deuce.
You're not allowed to leave.
I'm going to leave.
Our keys don't work.
Well, dude, the front desk is next door to the buffet. We can sort it out.
We can do something.
We can sort it out.
Or you have to stay in the
Oh, that one was strong, Guao. You had like ace-jack there.
directly.
Jeff Gross is confident in his reads.
I really want this match. The second one. This is the one. I know it. I know how it feels. This is a little light. I could have just let this one go. But no one really shoves 3 in a row. Like, he might. More power to him, but it's sort of like, all right, dude, I'm waiting for you. I just want to get the balance game established at this stack size. Well, and that's a very good flop.
For Guodong.
Yeah, that's not the flop Jeff wanted. He wanted the queen 3-2 flop, or the queen 6-3 flop.
Cool bet
King
out. We got a
6-3
pair.
flop.
We got backdoors. We limped. He may flat here. I could see a flat.
This is a reasonable spot to bet the middle pair, whereas often you'll see some players
Could be
checking the middle
behind.
pair.
That's a money card.
That is the
Wow.
money card, and he nailed it.
Unless he has the 4-5, that's about it. That's the only random hand. But he probably raise. Put a little meat on it. Sometimes you get punished for limping, you know? Maybe he's got like king deuce or like 4-5. But he also could have, there it is.
Well, it goes
guys.
for the
He
shove
could
here.
have something, but we have 2 pair.
Jeff will need to hold. And he does.
Let's go.
2-0 for Jeff Gross.
Old hold. We had to hold against the 4, the king, the 5, the deuce. That was not the easiest hold. But we'll just do that and move to the 3rd. So we officially got the win today. But again, let's see if we can get the sweep now. The pressure's off. Tough hand there for Guao with that stack size. Really nothing he can do. So let's move to the third match.
There you go, guys. Jeff Gross goes 2-0 up against Guo Dong of the Hong Kong Stars. Really interesting and lively performance by Jeff Gross. Just a word on that final hand, Jonathan. Could that have gone down any differently, or do you think it was sort of pretty standard in the end?
I think that Guo was going to get stacked on that hand, but I think the way I probably would have played it if I was Guo is I would have check called the flop, as he did, but then on the turn, I think you probably want to check call again. And the reason for that is because think about which hands Jeff is going to call your all-in with. It's going to be with a king, which you lose to, or a better made hand, which you also lose to, or maybe a premium draw that you perhaps maybe make that hand fold, which is a good result. But in that spot, Jeff Gross is probably either drawing very thin with some random unpaired hand, or he's value betting a worse hand, like 6-5, for example. So I think that's the spot where Guo probably just wants to check call the turn and then check call the river. He's not trying to fold the hand, but when he check raises the turn, it takes all of Jeff's bluffs out of his range. So you go from being in reasonable shape with top pair to now marginal shape. And that's always a big concern when you have a decently strong but not nut hand, like top pair bad kicker. Usually you want to be the passive player in the hand. And if you do put in that last bet and you get called, you're often not loving it.
A couple of the guys in the background in Jeff Gross's hotel room there were inquiring as to the standings. We did give you the standings at the start of the day. Let's just take a look at how the 6 points there for Jeff Gross has boosted the Berlin Bears. Obviously, they started the night in 5th place in this Eurasian conference. Those 6 points have propelled them up to 3rd in this conference. And yeah, really kind of strong turnaround in fortune there for the Berlin Bears. I mean, Jeff Gross really will be looking to go for that sweep. His last sweep in the GPL coming against Todd Brunson of the Rome Emperors. Just want to ask Jonathan about another hand that played out in that last match. Really kind of unusual hand in which Jeff Gross held jacks on an ace-high flop. Guo Dong elected to raise that flop, and Jeff Gross elected to put in another raise, sort of just figuring that there wasn't an ace in Guo Dong's range. Surprised by that hand?
Yeah, so the way the hand went down, Guo raised the button. Jeff re-raised from the big blind. Guo called. I think he could certainly have aces there. Flop came, I think, ace 5-2 with 2 clubs, if I remember right.
Yep.
Jeff bet. Guo raised with his king high, which I actually think is okay. I mean, it's aggressive. You don't have anything. You need to either fold or raise a lot of the time there. And then Jeff elected to re-raise, almost all in. And in that scenario, I think it's somewhat likely that Guo just has an ace, but Jeff made a read, and he was absolutely right.
We're going to get to the final match in this heads-up match between Guo Dong and Jeff Gross, who has moved to the left-hand side of your screen.
Here we go, match 3, phones away. Let's focus. Let's get it, guys. Let's go. I'm an all-or-nothing kind of guy, apparently, you know. I won my first 3 against Todd Brunson, lost to Philippe, the 3 in the cube. Decent flop here, middle pair. We have no back doors, pretty clean flop. Either going to be generally ahead or behind. Don't necessarily think he's going to have an ace, right? It's heads up. It's hard to get an ace to ace flops. We have a 10. Could be behind like queen 10, 10 jack. But other than that, obviously the thing about having like a 10-8 versus a 10 jack, 10 queen, you're blocking some of the stuff here, right? There's a lot of bad cards. Jack, queen, or king are not going to be positive cards for us. But 10 or an 8 is gin, and we may just have the best hand.
You will often have the best hand heads up with middle pair, even when an ace comes, although the ace is the worst card that you want to see because everyone plays every hand with an ace. That's even more so true in full ring hold'em when you're playing with more than just heads up, because heads up, everyone plays every king as well, and everyone plays every queen. But in full ring, that's not necessarily the case, so the ace is always quite bad for you.
That's a bad river. Do we want to check or check decide call? I don't know if he's even going to bet like king. He'd probably bet a king. Looks like we have a 10 to me.
I think Jeff could have some kings in the spot. He'd also have queen jack. He may not want to lead
He
that.
probably does bet a king. I think that's. I think my hand kind of looks like just a flop pair.
Keep your coming in on the Twitch chat, guys.
So we have the gutter. We have king high. Still have king high.
Gut shot for Guodong.
Gut shot for both players.
Indeed.
One has way more equity than the other.
Not a great run out.
This is a pretty nice spot for Guo to not necessarily bet, more so check, because if you check, you give Jeff the opportunity to bluff. But if you think Jeff has a bunch of aces, that he would check behind on the turn, which may or may not be the case. But if you do think he has those, you should probably just go ahead and value bet.
All right, so we're starting to go with the min raise. We have no club. Let's see a 10. Just decide if we want to try to get him off his weak aces here. Take one shot at it. I don't know. I just think if he has like a weak ace, like ace 4, something like that, he may get rid of it. Or it's just kind of a weird board for him not to bet on the flop if he's sort of in there. Get rid of the 3 deuce. We don't have to win every one. I'm hungry. My friends are downstairs eating, but I'm a Berlin Bear, and I'm ready to go. I'm committed to playing my best, finishing this out. Let's go. J3 suited.
Guo taking his time with the 9-8 suited. I imagine he's going to be playing it. And he does.
Guodong looking for some form of redemption in this final match, looking to pull it back. Moment he's
a little raising here. Go with a little smaller, different sizing.
It's an aggressive 3-bet with this exact hand. I don't mind it, though.
Especially flop.
It's always good to have sort of junky-ish hands in your 3-betting range. Some players use suited connectors, like bad ones. Some people use offsuited.
Hands I'm worried about here are like
hands.
4s, 5s. Other than that, it's a pretty good flop for us.
Great card for Guo. Some people use hands like Jack 3 offsuit. We see Jeff using Jack 3 suited, so it makes sense.
I'm going to bet it again. Could have some ace, like jacks, ace 10s, ace highs.
Interesting value bet at this point. I think it's somewhat likely Guo has, well, think about the ace highs. A lot of them now have a pair or a straight. A lot of like ace kings and ace queens will re-raise pre-flop. And I don't think Guo is folding any pair at this point. So I think that may be a spot where Jeff wants to check and just try to get closer to showdown.
Let's see. I think he's gonna have like he's gonna sometimes have 6s. He's gonna have like some really small pairs here. Sometimes, but also he's just gonna have like big aces and continue like float on the flop and then call the turn. I think we're gonna check and hopefully be good. Maybe he has ace jack or something. All right, so 8-9 suited. We actually have the best hand pre-flop. Out-flopped us, and that's fine. I'm happy with that result.
Yeah, that's a spot where Guo could conceivably go for value on the river, but it would be thin. Some players love their thin value, though. So far, it seems like Guo is a little bit cautious on the turn in the river when it comes to going for marginally thin value.
Interesting lead out here. I think he's gonna It's a funny line. Like the thing is, though, if I have a queen, I'm gonna probably just call a lot when he leads. So it's sort of a weird spot. Like, do I raise to 6,700 or do I just call? I'll give it up to him. I like that line on these kind of boards. The paired board could get creative and flat or even raise him there, but it's okay.
So another 3-bet from Jeff Gross. This hand's starting to get pretty
More
decent.
of a post-flop guy. We'll get a little experimental in here. Start doing some small 3-bets pre-flop.
Wow, Guo getting after it now.
He's saying, I got something.
That's what he's saying. I think he's fibbing a little bit.
Ace Queen, what do you got? What do you got, Guo?
I'm not going to predict the 5-4 offsuit.
Give up the 10 deuce. I'm going to be raising like in the 90s on here, but 10 deuce off. We'll give it up. Queen 3. Not getting a lot of help this round, but it's early. I got plenty of big blinds.
Apparently Montreal has the record for the most points in a week, Eric Danny says. 21 right now.
Tight fold, it's okay.
Berlin has
give up
20.
Queen high. It's probably defend, but I got my own little style heads up, and I got a nice little flow with this game, I think. So I'm going to play my own thing.
If he wins this, it'll make the best week ever.
Yeah, there will be records falling left, right, and centre for Jeff Gross. Closes out this sweep on Guodong. Got a bit of work to do at the moment.
Yeah, 23 is the max, and they have 20 right now. That's a nice week. It's always good for the last place team in the conference to get all the points because it puts them right back in the game. I'm rooting for the Las Vegas Moneymakers to do that next week. Even then, we still will not quite be back in the game, but maybe we will be.
Wow, down.
You all can tell I'm so depressed about this.
It's been a pretty torturous week for Jonathan Little.
Yeah.
He might be actually pleased to get out of Malta tomorrow.
Yeah, get me out of here. It's been a lot of fun here in Malta. If you've never been, give it a try.
Malta coming up this month.
Again, there's hands like Queen 10 and 9-10, Queen 9 that we're beating, and with the flush, if he doesn't have a decent club here, he may give it up. I mean, like an 8.
Wow.
We do get raised. Interesting.
Quo's a sicko. It's just blasting. Interesting min raise. I bet this says a lot about Guo's hand strength because remember earlier he raised
nice bet.
Big with
no problem. Yeah, that was a little maybe a little big there on the turn, but maybe it's like Queen 10 with a club. Still have plenty of blinds. Feeling fine. We've been in tighter quarters. Got a good start over there for the Hong Kong Stars.
So Guodong is winning most pots so far in this game, mostly by aggression. He's piling it on. Guo decided he's had enough.
The question is, do we 4-bet or flat? It plays pretty well, but I think he's going to have a good hand here. But I think we're going to just peel. Just plays really well.
Yeah, definitely a good call.
Wow.
Apparently not. This is a great spot for Guo to either check or bet tiny. I don't think he's going to get much action from Jeff Gross, though.
Absolutely atrocious flop. No back. It's hard to whiff a flop like this. Give it up. His ace high. Not much we can do there. Just sort of totally aired it. So we got a leg cut out. We are a 3-1 dog right now.
It's not good to have a leg cut out. Jeff needs to get back hyped up. Don't get depressed, Jeff. You're still in it. His mood has completely changed, it seems. So interesting.
Guodong switching everything up. Everything a little different. He's just doing everything different. The sizing, the this, the that. Ooh, finally, we have something.
Could see some action here, guys.
We will see some action here. So Guo may bet, and Jeff may decide to check raise. And if he check raises too big, like all in, for example, Guo may find a way to get off the hook.
There is some draws out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it backwards. I thought Guo was in position.
He can't try to win every hand, can he? Is he going to try something here? He's going to try to go super aggro on us? Wow. Huh. To flat or raise? Does he have air or something? Or does he have the queen 10 off? Does he have a real draw? We have top 2. It's important to get chips here.
I think this is a reasonable spot to go ahead and raise. It's pretty likely that Guo has either a made hand or a draw. So I like a raise.
Let's put it up. I mean, if he has some kind of draw, probably gets it in. We have top 2. I mean,
the problem with this raise size is now Guo should very likely just call, realizing his correct equity. And that's really not what you want to have
nice
happen.
Brick for us there. Nice brick. Top 2. We're losing to a set of 3s. That's about it. But not today. Not for the Bears today. And I think we're just going to shove, I think, because it's going to look maybe more like a draw. But like if he had... Actually, I don't know here. Maybe we'll give him a chance. Oh my God. I bet 6,649. Holy shit. This couldn't, if he has a draw, maybe he just shoves.
He should definitely call here.
But I actually meant to bet 6,000. This is
high.
Wow. So tilting. I meant to bet 6,600.
Wow. How brutal.
The worst card in the deck, Rivers, too.
That's just amazing.
He's probably just going to shove, right? I mean, he just has the draw.
What a misclick.
I meant to bet 6,700. Yeah.
Wow. So could Jeff conceivably fold this? All the draws got there.
Fuck. Misclicked it. What are the blinds?
Wow. Every single draw got there besides besides the gut shots. This could conceivably be a fold. I mean, I'm not saying you're trying to fold 2 pair heads up very often, but it's so easy for you to be beat at this point.
Wow.
I think Jeff probably
total
going to call.
misclick.
I think you just have to call here. This is a nasty spot.
That's absurd. I meant to bet 6,700, and then we just get it in, or he calls, and then I can like whatever. Now it's like you saw I even typed it in, and I did not mean to bet 800. I promise, and I get punished. What a river. Like, what other draws does he have, though? Like, clubs get there, he check raises, I re-raise, he calls, and then the turn.
The problem is, this is one of the best hands Jeff could possibly have. So, given that, I don't really see how he can fold this one, but at the same time, if Guo's just never bluffing, well, you have to fold.
Check raise.
For all we know, Guo has 8-7.
Turn, though, wouldn't he just stuff a draw? No, maybe, I guess not, like 9, 10. 14,000, that's almost like 16 bigs. I don't know if the limits, they're going to be 500,000. Top 2, though, it's not like bottom 2. I mean, I actually have top freaking 2 pair. If I call and I'm right, I have 48, and we're playing. If I don't, I'm just short stacking. Sorry for the delay. It seems just like literally the 7 or the queen of clubs. Two worst cards in the deck. Anything else I can justify calling because stuff misses, but now like nothing misses. I don't know. Nothing misses. I don't know. Unless he's just out of his mind or he's like Jack 10 or Queen, but he would probably just put that in the turn. I don't know.
Wow.
Wow.
Gets away from it.
Good fold from Jeff.
Pretty impressive laydown by Jeff Gross.
He burned through a complete blind level tanking, though. So that actually is going to hurt his chances to win significantly. If he made that fold a little bit faster, he would have been playing 14 big blind stacks instead of 10. So, not saying he should have gone faster. Well, I guess I am saying he should have gone faster. But
blinds. Oh, and if I knew the blinds were going to 4-8, I thought it was 5-1. Did we skip a whole level because I was in the tank?
That's
What happened there?
Nailed it. The clock keeps running. All right, so 10 big blind poker. Jeff elects to limp, 7-6 offsuit. And Guo not afraid.
Rips it with the 3 high.
Oh, shit. What did I do there? I guess we'll see.
Limp
Be a
7-6.
pretty psychotic bluff.
You got hungry, Jeff.
Here's our double.
That's what happens when you get hungry. You called it.
This feels like the double. We're going to be likely ahead.
Jeff really likes these tiny re-raises. The problem with these, in my opinion, is that it lets Guo now call with whatever he has, and he's not making much of an error.
And should now be fully ahead, but probably could have like a club in his hand. It's never going to be easy. Wow. We happen to have top pair, but the fact that he calls 6,000 and folds for that is pretty epic.
Well, if he has no hand, no draw, which is exactly what he had. I think he has to fold. You saw he had a whopping 5% equity. That's not really where you want to be. Wow, Guo is not afraid.
Really enjoys the 2-3 offsuit.
Yeah, very few players in the Global Poker League are getting after it with the 3-2.
Thinks we're playing Hold'em high-low.
We're not done. We're not done yet.
If I was Guo, I'd really be trying to.
Maybe I just call it off there. I don't know.
Shove there like this. Try to really apply the pressure and.
I don't know.
Force
Top
Jeff to
too
wake up
strong.
early. Bet Jeff's going to pull up the stream now.
Queen high, 10, queen 3 off, 10 bigs.
You always got to see if they ran the bluff in that spot. That's one of the fun things about playing in the Global Poker League.
10-9, he's going to just be shoving here, and this is close, 10 bigs, but that's nice. This would be a hand we would shove, not call. Give it up, but it's close. It's close. 10-9 suited at call. I want to call. Deuces, this is a pretty easy jam, and we have a pair with 10 bigs, and we could be flipping here. I think we're going to win this. I am pretty sure we're going to win this.
Wow, Jeff is so confident. I wish I had that confidence.
Jack 8 fold was right. It just felt like he had clubs, exactly. The turn misclick, that doesn't, man, what a bummer. Like I was actually debating just shoving the turn. That was either shove, go for a bet. King 9.
Could be it, guys.
Oh, we're ahead. Hello. Great flop.
Safe,
wow.
Jeff.
Fades it.
Safe turn.
Oh, baby. 6 outer, 14%.
There it is.
Go. Getting called by the Jack 10 high.
That was a fine call by
back.
Guo, just so you all know.
The buffet's got to wait. The Bears are coming. A whole new game now. And the walk with the Jack 2, this is shaping up perfectly. It's never easy to close it out.
If you know you're going to win, you know you're going to win. This is going to happen. One more double, he is the chip leader. Then one more, and the game's over. Setting a little trap there for Guo, but Guo does not fall in it.
I'm going to pop it up. He's leading like 7-5, 7-8s, 5-3s. I don't necessarily think he's going to have a king here a lot. He probably would check that. We'll pick it up. Could also have a 6 or a 4. Whoo, baby. Wow, the limp with not even like, not with aces he had, but just queens. He could have had something there. That could have been fun.
Jeff Gross needing Guodong to have the deuce 3 off there. That's what would have got him the full action he was looking for.
Wow, the 4s.
Oh, what a flop. I told you about Jack 4s. I was talking about it all day. And this type of board, I don't expect him to just give up when he flats pre because he knows, like, I'm just betting this board all the time. Jack 4, I told you is my favorite hand. No heart. What a card. Above average card.
Gore likes
a
to
non-heart.
float.
I mean, 3-5 gets home, but we have trips. And we're going to bet it. 3-5, the only hand we're worried about. We may even raise here. Guodong likes getting a little out of line.
It's an interesting spot because Jeff should have.
We raise pre-flop.
Jeff should have a lot of aces and 4s in his range.
Put it in, Guodong. I don't think he's releasing, ladies and gentlemen. We have trip 4s with the jack in our hand. I told you it makes a lot of hands. Like trips, usually it's 2 pair, but we'll take trips. And Guodong is in the tank. Or his net's out. Oh. And we have quad frickin' Zilla. Quads for the Bears. Quads for the Bears.
This may not work out.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow. Quad 4s. I told you about Jack 4. Holy shit. What can we do to get value? What can we do?
Check it.
Should I just...
Well, he doesn't want to check because he's in position.
Yeah.
Does he shove? He doesn't have an ace though. He just missed like 5-6 a heart, 5-6 or something like that.
I like to bet 800 again. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Betting 800 may induce him to go off with a busted draw. He's already shown he can do it, and then fold. I would really love an 800 bet here.
5,000. What the? Wait.
I don't mind this.
That's
this
the best
good.
bet, Jeff.
This again is a misclick. I put 56-41. I want to get the chip lead.
And he got the call.
Gets the call with queen high. Bet the perfect amount, Jeff.
I misclicked again. What the fuck? I should have just jammed.
Bet the perfect amount. Jeff Gross, everyone. The master.
He's so tilted.
Maybe a king high,
have you seen that Guodong had queen high?
Table max. I would never bet that sizing on that board with that hand. Like, I want to tax him, or I think it may be a king high. Oh, J for Jeff. Here it comes. Maybe just jams. 25. No, we have 20 bigs. He's going to raise.
Let's see if Jeff does another small re-raise or an all-in. Many players go for the all-in in this spot, but I think it's okay to have a small
I think I'm
three-bet.
misclicking.
Yeah, usually it's
Put it
operator
in,
error.
Guodong, with ace-10. Offsuit. 2 8s. Ace-10. Calls. What a flop. Shouldn't have many queens.
Rather large bet.
If he has a pair of 7s or 5s or something here, we're probably going to get it, but that's just a great flop.
Guodong showing that he'll stick
Man,
around
that
on
river
paired
bet.
boards.
Maybe at king high.
Jeff Gross taking the chip lead. Could have been out of this one if he'd elected to call with the Jack-8 top 2 against the flush of Guodong, and now he's in the lead in this one. Really shows how...
We just 3-bet him. We're doing it again. Usually 2 in a row. You got to have it. And there we go. We had it. We had king high, the best hand. Let's go. pop it up. Got to take a stand. There it is. I want to just pile it. I know he's got like ace-4. He's got ace-4 off, right? Is that what he has, guys? But we'll give it up. Maybe I should just be min-raising that. Nice sizing. I like it. He's definitely a thinking player on his sizes. 6K. He probably doesn't want to call.
I may see some action.
He's got
on
20
this one.
bigs, and we have the ace. Let's see. He limps. I don't think he's ever going to be strong here. Just set the tone.
It's another spot where I think Guo has to call off. I mean, you're not loving it. This is kind of like the ace-8 hand earlier. And he does make the call.
Oh, wow. Again, we're good. Hold! Oh,
Safe
baby!
flop.
Come on, Bears! Put a 4 out there.
Diamonds.
Oh, Bears, can we do it?
Oh!
No.
Heartbreak. Heartbreak for Jeff
we were
Gross.
one card away from a sweeper, Rooney. Man, he calls with king high. We almost got the full sweep, bro. We couldn't fade one river. King 10.
Seems surprised by the call.
Yeah, very standard call.
Wow, we were one card away from a sweep, from a full. Oh my God, they really love me. You guys love me. I got a chicken plate.
Buffet boys are back.
We got the best hand. This is for value. We got the best hand. We got a wheel draw, and he's got like he has queen or king high. Let's go.
Wow.
Or 7 high.
But Don getting
high.
in with
What
the
are you
7-8
doing?
high.
3.
Picking up the
Wheelbarrow,
flush draw.
fold. Too long a pause, but we got it. It was red. It was an 8. Yo, we got it all in. Ace-3 to king 10 red line. Had to fade the river to scoop, and he banked it. But we're 2-0, and we are. Sweep is in progress. That hand's tough. He's gonna start piling. We got 10 bigs. Whoo! Wow, that's the exact plate I would have made. Guys, I get to eat. Let's go. Oh man, a sweep would have tasted a lot better, huh?
The 445 down. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Queen
may
6 suited.
see
This
the
is
all-in and call.
close. Think we're calling. This guy shoves too wide. Calling. Okay, let's see the behind deal. Club is good.
Safe so far
Nice
for
game.
Guo Dong.
Wow,
There it is, guys.
good game.
Guo Dong gets one back.
Very happy how I played. The
Really,
Ace-3, man, that was it. for the
entertaining
sweep.
match
Couldn't
from these
fade the
two.
River. Good game, good game.
Well, like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant, Duo Gong escapes from the clutches of a ferocious bear via an icy cold river. And we see a 2-1 win there for Jeff Gross. Not what he really wanted. Really kind of impressive display by Jeff Gross. Really animated on camera there. Guo Dong really kind of fought hard there in that last game.
Yeah, he
Got
took
a
some
fortunate couple of rivers, most notably, of course, in the hand where Jeff flopped top 2 and he rivered that flush. The misclick may have helped him in that one. Pretty interesting hand there. Really nice fold by Jeff Gross on that river. Almost got himself back into the game, but it wasn't quite to be.
Yeah, that was an interesting spot where when Jeff elected to re-raise small on the flop, I think that is... I think obviously the misclick was no good, but whenever he re-raised small on the flop, Jeff bet, he got raised, and then Jeff re-raised small. I think that's a spot where if you just go all in on the flop, remember, it would be a 12K bet into a 12K pot, or whatever it was, like whatever he was left with on the river. So it was not a giant overbet. I don't remember the exact sizing. But if he just shoves there, now Go has to fold out a lot of his draws, and he's still going to call off with stuff like ace-jack before the board gets too nasty. So maybe he could have gotten all the money, or he could have, forced him to fold that 10-4 suited, and that would have been that. But anyway, 2-1 for Jeff Gross. That's fantastic.
Could have seen records chattering if the sweep had been achieved by Jeff Gross, but it wasn't to be. We're going to go over to Laura Cornelius in the lounge, who is hopefully going to talk to our winner, Jeff Gross, 2-1 for the Berlin Bears.
Thank you very much, Roland and Jonathan. Congratulations, Berlin Bears, having an absolutely fantastic week this week. 14 points for Brian Rast yesterday, and now Jeff Gross picking up 6 points for the Berlin Bears, getting a little bit unlucky in that third and final match there. Hopefully we have him on the line to have a little chat with him. Well done, Jeff. That was a really entertaining match to watch. Talk us through some of it and what you thought of your opponent in those 3 games.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I feel Ras got us inspired yesterday, winning both 6 maxes. We were kind of, we have a WhatsApp chat, Skype chat. We were all kind of like, man, what's going on? Like, we're underperforming. Ras just stepped up, won both 6 maxes, which is super impressive. And then I just, I'm in Cyprus right now. I just had a final table yesterday. I was feeling good as well. And then we ended up staying for an extra day, and I hopped in, and I think things were going really well. It was kind of a bummer I got 2 outed. I mean, it was ace king to king jack early, but then going to the river, it was just 2 outs, and the jack came, and then got short. So to come back and win that one was really nice. And then the second match to win as well. It's always like, to get those first 2, it's just so nice to go into the third, really know that you've already, in theory, won the match, and takes a lot of pressure off. So, yeah, it was fun. It was good. I think he did some interesting stuff. I could tell he knows what he's doing, and I think he's a good player. So it was fun. I've never met him. I don't know who he is. I looked him up, and it looks like he has some results. And I think we battled pretty hard. And 3-0 is always tough. So 2-1 is 2-1's a good result. I'm happy with it, and I think he played well.
Well, the Berlin Bears have scored 21 points this week. It's almost a record. But not quite. I think Montreal Nationals in week 5 were able to score 22 points. But if you'd have swept, you would have broken a record, scoring all 23 points available to you this week. So I was kind of rooting for you there at the end. It was a bit of a shame. Do you think those misclicks helped you at all or not?
The one ended up helping, I guess, because he did have the flush, and if I had bet on the turn the sizing I did, I think we would have just got it in, or not even that. Even if he just called, then the river, I wouldn't have been able to fold just because there was too much out there. So it worked out in my favor. I actually came back and had the match got it in ace-3 to king-10 to actually win. So in theory, it helped me, but I did it again in another hand. I can't remember which one, but I don't know what happened. I think I must have hit enter or something before not actually clicking on it, but I did it twice throughout. So misclicking is generally not good, but I think it did work out in that one time.
We saw your sunset as well. It looks beautiful, and I've eaten the buffet at the hotel you're staying at. It is amazing. You can get to it soon, hopefully. Is there still time?
I can do even better. My friends really love me. They brought up a full plate. I got it right here. I don't even have to leave. So that was Antonio, and he's here. He actually finished runner-up.
Half naked.
Oh. Yeah, Antonio. Oh,
that's
on
a little
camera.
Excitement.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's too much for a Wednesday.
I know that's not allowed. That's not allowed on Twitch. I don't know if you guys are streaming Twitch or where, but you're supposed to keep your clothes on. Yeah. So anyway, it was good. We had a good week here. We both final tabled the 5K, which is great. Antonio chopped it heads up. And yeah, it's been a good week out here. So we're heading to Istanbul and then be around. So it was good, and I'm happy that the Bears are back from the bottom of the barrel. And I don't know, I have to look at the standings. I think we're probably, there we go, just like that. That's all it takes, a little focus and commitment. So we're ready.
Indeed. Good job. Enjoy the rest of Cyprus, Istanbul, and wherever your travels take you. We will see you soon. And thanks a lot for chatting with us.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Jeff Gross there for the Berlin Bears, as he said, doing a fantastic job this week. 21 points for them. Let's take a look at the standings and how that affects things. We know they are in 3rd place now. What a comeback they have had. In fact, if we look, they are tying 120 points. Hong Kong Stars also on that as well. So Moscow Wolverines, we will see up next. They have 140 points. The London Royals, they will be on the 3rd game of the evening. Igor Kurganov is back for them. The Bears now in 3rd place. I can't believe it after having seen them in 6th place for so many weeks. We've got the Hong Kong Stars the same. The Aviators down on 116 points. And the poor Rome Emperors are at the bottom with 113 points. They will be back in action very soon as well. Volta Trekariki will be back for them today. Let's take a look at that next heads-up match, which is coming up. There he is, Sergei Lebedev. He looks mean, but he's not. He's a real big softie, I can tell you. He's versus Volta Trekariki of the Rome Emperors. That is match 132. It's coming up 11:30 Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, or 8:30 p.m. Central European time. It's going to be a great match. It's another heads-up one from the Eurasian Conference, and we will see if the Moscow Wolverines can keep extending their lead. They're doing so well, and there is still a big gap between the top of the conference and the bottom. So we will expect some great poker coming up very shortly between Moscow and Rome. Join us back here at the Global Poker League for that very next heads-up match very soon.